what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Go Bears!
Thank you, Arthi. That was wonderful. Now, please welcome the 9th Chancellor of the University of California, Berkeley, Robert J. Bergeneau.
Cal graduates, families, friends, and guests, welcome to the University of California, Berkeley, and to Commencement 2011. My name is Robert Bergeneau, and it's my privilege to serve Berkeley as its 9th Chancellor. I'm also a faculty member in the Departments of Physics and Material Science and Engineering. Graduates, today is your day. You renew the proud line of alumni whose education and life are forever entwined with Berkeley. Congratulations, class of 2011. Graduation is a treasured moment for students and their families. So many of you wanted to participate. In the last 2 years, we had to move the commencement from the Greek Theater to the Haas Pavilion and now to Edwards Stadium. We come together at Commencement 2011 to honor our past, celebrate the excitement of the present, and look forward to the promise of the future. Today, each of you, as members of the graduating class, will experience the same joy, the same sense of personal accomplishment as the many hundreds of thousands of graduates who have preceded you throughout Cal's long history. Each family here has traveled a distinctive path to arrive at today's graduation. The event has special significance for all of you. Graduates, please join me in thanking your families and all the other partners, children, and friends who have stood by you with their understanding and support. Please also join me in thanking the faculty and staff members and all those participating here today with us to make this such a joyful commencement ceremony. Graduates, this is your special time, a major milestone in each of your lives. Commencement recognizes and celebrates your accomplishments. Today, you are congratulated on your progress toward a significant reward for all your toil and perseverance. A university degree, but frankly, not just any university degree. A University of California, Berkeley degree. Oh, coming for my speech. Graduates, you have received the best possible education that only a world-class teaching and research university such as Berkeley can offer. You've been taught by leading researchers who bring to the classroom a depth of understanding and a real passion for their subject that you could not experience otherwise. You have participated in knowledge being transformed by their investigation and discovery, and many of you have even contributed to that process. Today, we have just seen a wondrous example of Berkeley at its finest as we watched Austin Whitney come forward. Paralyzed in a car accident in 2007, this courageous and inspiring young man was determined to graduate from college and walk at his commencement. Thanks to the work of Professor Hamayun Kasaruni and his team of graduate students in further developing the Berkeley lower extremity exoskeleton, people with permanent mobility disorders can regain mobility. This achievement, as it was demonstrated to us today, embodies the public mission and indomitable spirit of Berkeley that is exemplified by our amazing students and our outstanding faculty, dedicated to the advancement of knowledge for the betterment of mankind. We could not be prouder. Graduates, each of you in your own way has made significant contributions during your time at Berkeley. Our student athletes have brought great pride to our university. We have cheered them on to many wins and championships. During your time here, Cal continued its 38 straight years of winning NCAA championships with national titles this year for both men and women's swimming and diving. Thanks to you and your families and the extended Cal community, very generous response to unprecedented need, we can continue to field all 27 Division I sports. I've been most impressed by our students' zeal for ensuring the long-term health of our planet. You have educated others on greenness and pushed hard for our commitment to sustainability. Your ingenuity has shown what marvelous things one can do quite reasonably to make our campus greener. Your passion for responsible stewardship of our planet is reflected in the many green energy projects in which the campus is engaged. You have helped us form Cal's new Energy Corps, modeled on the Peace Corps, that is being piloted this summer to provide summer internships focusing on sustainability, energy, and climate change. Right, thank you. You have flocked to our global poverty and practice program, making it the fastest growing minor on campus. Your inventiveness has already resulted in projects that will improve life in impoverished areas around the globe. You have responded compassionately and energetically when natural disasters have struck the world. This year, following the earthquake and tsunami in Japan, Cal student groups immediately sprang into action to support relief efforts. Last year, our Berkeley students led the way across the entire UC system to bring about a joint student, faculty, staff effort for organizing projects to help Haiti's citizens rebuild their country. And even now, we have Berkeley students in Haiti working, helping that country to recover. In Berkeley's tradition of active engagement, you have called out passionately for a better society that gives fair opportunity to all through public higher education. You have generously volunteered your time to reach out to communities that are underrepresented on our campus and work to help ensure that everyone feels welcome at Cal. I point out with great pride that here at Berkeley today, we have more undergraduates with federal Pell Grants, which means that their family income is under about $45,000 a year, than all 8 Ivy League universities, Harvard, Yale, etc., plus Stanford combined. Some 1/3 of you are the first in your families to graduate from college. This is a remarkable achievement, and it represents the public and inclusive nature of Berkeley more succinctly than any other statistic I might cite. As you leave Cal, I ask 2 things of you. 1, please continue to speak out for and support public universities. Thank you. Here in California, we have the finest public higher education system in the nation, indeed in the world. Sadly, it is under great duress. We need the people of California, and especially our legislators, to understand the importance of this precious resource that is so vital to the future well-being of this state. 2, please continue Berkeley's great tradition of public service by volunteering your services to your community. Whether as a tutor to a needy high school student, a big sister to a young girl in an impoverished neighborhood, a member of Teach for America, or the Peace Corps, I hope that you will continue to seek out opportunities to give back to your communities, locally, nationally, and globally. Berkeley prides itself on students who are independent and self-directed. Berkeley students are innovators and risk takers. Berkeley students are leaders. You will see these qualities exemplified in your commencement speaker and fellow alumnus, Dr. Paulie Jacobs, Chairman and CEO of Qualcomm. He will make this commencement a memorable one for you. Graduates, this commencement represents a turning point for you. You may not know where the future will take you, but as you go, know that we will be there with you. We are very proud of you. We are proud that you are joining a community of Cal alums, more than 450,000 strong, all of whom have a common bond, their pride in Berkeley. You too will be members forever of the Berkeley community. Please stay in touch with your university and continue to share from near and far in what our university has to offer. I hope that you will remember the excellent education that you received here and that will serve you and society well in the years to come. May your lives be richly rewarding and fulfilling, and may you enjoy much happiness. Congratulations and good luck, class of 2011. Go Bears!
Now welcome Clara Dellenbach and Liz Campos, class of 2011 gift committee, with a special presentation to the university.
Good afternoon, faculty, family, friends, and members of the graduating class of 2011. We are proud to be up here representing our 2011 senior gift campaign, and we congratulate you on your participation and commitment to maintaining Cal's Excellent for Future Bears. The class of 1874 started this long-standing tradition with a gift of $48.10 for books. This year, our class is given to a wide variety of programs and departments on campus, including the Cal Fund, which supports current and future undergraduates. Next year, a plaque will be installed on Dwinell Plaza to honor our senior class gift, as well as past senior classes are being recognized through plaques on the plaza now. Our plaque will always be there to remind us and the rest of the campus community of our class's dedication to helping future Cal students, just as past generations of alumni have done for us.
1,600 seniors were inspired to leave their legacy at Cal by making a contribution to the senior class gift this year. We, along with the rest of the Senior Gift Committee, have been honored to lead you in this year's campaign. And now, without further ado, we'd like to present to you Chancellor Bergeneau, the class of 2011 senior gift of $85,800.97. Thanks to the new Alumni Challenge, our gifts will be matched one-to-one by members of the UC Berkeley Foundation Board of Trustees. This means that we have raised over $171,000 to support current and future Cal students. Congratulations, class of 2011, and go Bears!
I want to thank the Senior Gift Committee and all members of the class 2011. It's an incredible honor to receive and pleasure to receive such a gift. And this gift will serve to remind us and future generations of your spirit, compassion, and generosity. And all of the future students, thank you for this as well.
Please welcome Anna Kong, Vice President of Commencement, Class of 2011.
Honored guests, family, friends, and the class of 2011, welcome. Our keynote speaker today is a Cal Bear through and through. Dr. Paul Jacobs received his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Cal and went on to earn his master's degree in 1986 and ultimately a PhD in 1989. Leveraging his academic credentials, he soon distinguished himself in business. Paul has never forgotten his alma mater, which remains near and dear to his heart. A tireless supporter of our university, he has dedicated both his time and financial support to strengthen the university. He and his wife, Stacy, who is also a Cal alum, serve as co-chairs of the $3 billion campaign for Berkeley. One example of their philanthropy to Berkeley is the Paul and Stacy Jacobs Distinguished Professorship of Engineering. He is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa, Eta Kappa Nu, and Tau Beta Pi honor societies. In addition to being a campaign of industry, Dr. Jacobs is an accomplished scientist with more than 35 patents for innovations in the field of wireless technology. He currently chairs the World Economic Forum's Future of Mobile Communications Council, as well as the advisory board for the College of Engineering at Berkeley. And in his spare time, Dr. Jacobs serves as the chairman and CEO of Qualcomm, a company that has achieved distinction as a world leader in 3G and next-generation mobile technologies. It is my great honor to introduce Dr. Paul Jacobs.
Thanks, Anna. Thanks, Chancellor Bergeneau and distinguished faculty, and good afternoon, everyone. Congratulations to all you new grads. I'm sorry I only got to shake half of your hands. But you made it. And parents up in the stands, deep breath. You made it too. So I'm very honored and grateful for the opportunity to address you here today. I actually gave one of these speeches before for the College of Engineering in 2006, and so I know these speeches are supposed to be about life's lessons that I can pass along to you. When I look back at that last speech, I have to admit, I still like the things I said back then, and I had the slightest temptation to just polish it up again and kind of let it rip. That would be wrong. And anyways, there's the internet, and you know nothing ever goes away. So you should be thinking about that tonight while you're out partying. Anyways, the College of Engineering still has my video online, so instead of me telling you those same lessons again, if you really feel the inclination, you can Google it. And heck, if you have the right phone, and you're not that into this speech, you can just listen to that one right now. Or you can go back to playing Angry Birds or Words with Friends or whatever you guys are doing out there. I know you're multitasking. Personally, I'm just happy if you keep your phones on. Anyways, what I really want to talk to you about today is the world that we're living in now, the changes we've seen while you've been going to school here, what the implications for the future are, and how you can be a part of shaping that future. Because I'm an engineer and a technologist, you probably already know the bias that I'm going to bring to the table. But you belong to a generation that is not fearful of technology and sees it as a tool not just for engineers, but for everyone. And my area of mobile phones was changed by a focus not only on engineering, but even more so on design and simplifying how human beings interact with technology. Today, there are so many tools out there that allow you to express your creativity on a global scale using the internet and your cell phone. And we're living increasingly in a world where information, creativity, and innovation have the highest value. And I'll tell you, inspiration comes from many, many sources. And immersing yourself in an atmosphere where you get varied stimulations and input is really critical. And you're in a class that's highly diverse in viewpoints and backgrounds and the types of training that you had here. And Cal is a university that's strong in so many areas, and the faculty work together across many, many disciplines. So I hope you picked up a feeling of breadth while you were here, because I think in this world, acceptance of and seeking out of diversity, it's almost the most important thing that you can do. You have to succeed in an interconnected world, and therefore cooperating, forming partnerships, that's a fundamental skill. And it's a world that's very global in the sense that actions in one place can have an impact in places far away. And thus we're all connected across many different cultures. And when I say cultures, I mean it in a broad sense, because cultures arise across organizations, industries, businesses, as well as geographically, what we traditionally think of. And our company is successful because we've been able to make partnerships across all sorts of industries, telecom and consumer electronics, media, health, energy, financial, education. I could go on and on. When we built partnerships in almost every country in the world. And when you think about these kinds of things, you hear this word convergence that everybody uses in the tech industry, and people generally think that means that everyone who's in these two areas that are converging, they get to play. What really happens is that you have to find partners in the other area so you can learn each other's issues and find solutions that really work in the real world. And that is how the initial progress gets made. So we bring people together face-to-face or virtually so we really can get to know each other well. And that's my advice here, is that you really need to get to know the people that you want to work with and be able to put yourself in their shoes. Now, I don't think this should be hard for you because you're used to being online and connected to other people all the time. If I think back to when I was here, the mainstream use of the internet was really in its early days. And I remember very, very clearly the day that I came home from Corey Hall and I said to my wife Stacy that I'd been conversing with people in France over this thing called the internet and how I had access to this global communications medium that few other people in the world even knew about. And it wasn't that long ago. .edu was the top level domain that everybody knew, not .com, if you can imagine that. Probably should have registered a few .com names back then, but anyways. But if you fast forward to the year 2006 when I gave my last speech, Twitter hadn't even launched yet. Facebook was growing from 5.5 million to 12 million users. Today it's over 500 million, and many people are getting on using their phones. So it's really become second nature for you to create shared communities and to put your lives online, often in real time. Are any of you out there posting to Facebook or tweeting right now? Yeah, I figured. So you look at that phone that you have that you're doing that with, I mean, it's a truly amazing thing that you can hold this little sliver of plastic, glass, and metal in your hands, and you can stroke the surface of it and access so much of humanity's collected information. It's not just you that can do it. There are 2.5 billion people who live on less than $2 a day. And guess what? Many of them have or are gaining access to cell phones too. This mobile broadband technology that we've been working on, it's used by over 1.3 billion people worldwide, and wireless is used by over 5 billion people worldwide. Now, some people fear the fact that that makes us so globally interconnected, but it's that very global scale that has driven the cost down to the point where a villager in Africa can afford a cell phone and can be connected to the outside world, not only for communication, but for education and healthcare and economic opportunities, public safety, government services, many, many social benefits. It's really not a stretch to say that this is humanity's biggest platform, and it provides all of us an opportunity to be creative and build global connections, whether it's through businesses or social programs, or just simply by sharing our ideas and our thoughts. Okay, so how does this all come together? I mean, what does it mean? What's the impact on the world? Well, we're living at a time of revolution in the Middle East and North Africa. People who are literally your age picked up their cell phones and organized themselves using mobile broadband and social networking. They took cell phone pictures of snipers on rooftops and posted them to Facebook so people would know where to go to be safe. They're changing their societies, and that's an inspiration for all of us to have the courage to change the world. The technologies for us to extend our influence are around us, and they're easier and easier to use, but you have to have the courage. And there's one thing that I've learned very clearly in my life, is that you have to push yourself beyond your comfort zone. If you're going to leave here and you're going to make an impact on the world, you're going to have to take some risks. Now, you've been in school, and it's this nice protected zone that you live in, because even though you have stresses and tests and projects, there's still a pretty straightforward grading system that tells you whether or not you're doing well and how you rate, compared to the person that's sitting right next to you. And obviously the real world's not always that simple. I mean, sure, you can find a job where somebody just tells you what to do, but I don't think you came to Berkeley to be a follower. I mean, all of us, including those who came from underprivileged backgrounds, and we're very, very proud of the fact that so many Cal students do, guess what? You're all now privileged because you have an education from one of the finest universities in the world, and you have a network of the other fellow grads and teachers. So you are the next generation of leaders. And to be a successful leader, you're going to have to push the envelope. You need to continue to learn and seek out opportunities to learn. And I personally found that taking risks and obviously causing change, it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's the best way to learn, because you are very, very focused. And no matter how often you've been successful in the past, what your batting average is, people are always quick to criticize failure, not understanding how important that is to progress. And in my experience, it's very rare that you're going to succeed without passing through periods where you intensely feel in your gut that you might fail. And sometimes you will. I mean, we had a mobile TV service that we had to shut down a few months ago, and we worked very hard to make sure that the people that were working on the project could find jobs working on other new projects in the company, because we had a responsibility to them, but also to reinforce the message that it's, if you're working on a new and risky project, there isn't somebody behind you on the limbs, with a saw trying to saw off the limb. But really importantly, what we learned were some lessons that we used to create a new technology that's gaining acceptance in the United States and around the world, and it's going to enable better mobile video, but it's also going to speed up the internet access that everybody loves and give other benefits. So the point that I'm trying to make is that you need to be accepting of failure and risk, but with the mind that you have to learn from it. I've told people in Qualcomm that it's okay to make mistakes, as long as you don't make a career of it. And I really believe strongly that that mindset helps us be competitive. And because the world's changing quickly, you need to be flexible to adapt and accept change and seize opportunities when they come your way. And it's been my experience that companies and people are prone to failure when they try and sit and defend a position instead of recognizing when there are opportunities and changed circumstances. And when I first took over as CEO, we bought a small company that was a leader in a competing technology. We put a huge engineering program around this new technology because I wanted Qualcomm to be seen as a broad-based supplier of technologies and not just a one-trick pony that was dependent on our original innovations. And because we took that leap, we're the leader in 4G as well as 3G. Now I'll say you can't just leap blindly at anything that comes along. Preparing yourself ahead of time helps tremendously when you're making good decisions. But you've started that process already here at Cal. You got to keep it up the rest of your life. And when they arrive, the response to a potential opportunity or challenge is not to overanalyze in fear, but to act with conviction. Someone's going to eat our lunch? Well, should be us. So where do I think we're heading? There's truly endless possibilities. I really believe that we're at the beginning of an era of innovation, not just in wireless, but in many other fields. I mean, many things are being shaken up, and old ways of doing things are falling to greater access to information and easier ability to manipulate information. And more physical things are being transformed into data, whether it's inexpensively reading our DNA or driving machines that print solid three-dimensional objects. I mean, if we share that data, we can break down the boundaries and we can have very broad collaboration. And all of the challenges that the world faces, it's really an opportunity to innovate solutions. In my field, I believe that the future of the phone is the blurring of the boundaries between the real world and cyberspace. And wireless won't just be about people communicating with each other, but also with all the things that are around us in the world. And all those things are going to talk to each other. We're going to be increasingly connected to sensors that are in the environment around us. And we recently funded a lab in the College of Engineering called the Swarm Lab that's going to work on the technologies that'll enable that kind of a vision. But also, because it's Berkeley, it will study its implications with respect to issues like privacy and security. And there are many benefits of this. We're going to manage our power consumption with the smart grid and sensors embedded in buildings. We're working to mobilize and personalize healthcare with sensors that you wear on your body or in your phone or in the environment around you. And we're focused on reducing the cost of healthcare and spreading it to the most remote corners of the globe. And your phone's going to be a remote control and a sixth sense, and it'll tell you when there's something interesting that's around you. And as you look at your phone screen, you'll have images of the real world combined with three-dimensional graphics that allow you to interact with the real things and with virtual objects in a completely natural and seamless fashion. And so the whole world is going to become interactive and clickable, much like you do today on the web. So as an example, when you walk down the street in a foreign country and you see a sign on the wall, you'll be able to use your phone and translate that into English and tap on it and see what's going on in that place. And I can go on trying to describe this to you, but to give you a better sense of the possibilities, we wrote a small application that you can download through the Android marketplace called OSCI AR. So if you run that app after the commencement ceremony, you point your phone's camera at the insert that's in today's program, there's a little surprise there. So have fun with it. The tools that we made it with, they're all freely available, and so if any of you have the desire to make your own augmented reality apps, the technology's there. Okay, so now you're heading out into the world, and some of you know what you're doing next. Maybe you're going on to grad school or you have your job lined up. But you are heading out into a somewhat uncertain world. I mean, we have turmoil in the Middle East and North Africa. We have wars in Afghanistan, Libya, and Iraq. We have devastation and nuclear worries in Japan, budget crises in California and the United States, all sorts of things that you can worry about. Now, we're not all individually going to solve the world's problems. So what are we going to do together to solve those things? So we can make a difference and we can all get involved together. So here's one example of combining collective action and wireless technology. I'm sure you all remember the earthquake in Haiti. Well, according to a Washington Post story, people donated $22 million to the Red Cross by sending a text message from their cell phones. And it's sent for $10 at a time. So we're going to do the same thing here at Cal. So as you know, as you heard from the Chancellor, the state support for the UC system has been dropping dramatically. And we've all benefited from being educated here, and now that you're grads, it's your turn to give something back. So take out your cell phones. I'm sure you all know how to text. If you want to join in support Cal with a $10 donation, you text the word Go Bears, all one word, to 20222. Go Bears to 20222. You get a message back and you have to say yes to confirm your donation. It shows up as a $10 donation on the phone bill. Okay, so why am I here using the commencement speech to harangue you guys to donate to Cal? Well, if you send that text, Stacy and I are going to match your donations up to $1 million. So you send $10, Cal gets $20. By the way, I'm sure you can do the math, so $1 million at $10 at a time, that's a lot. Any math majors out there? So what that means, you're going to have to get your friends and family involved. You're going to have to get other alumni you know, new grads you know. If we're going to get close to that amount, it's going to take a lot of people, and anybody can do it. So Go Bears to 20222, and it's also in the program too. But the point is that we're going to help solve this problem together. And I personally am confident that you guys are going to solve many of the world's problems because of the unique education and the experiences that you've had here at Cal. So congratulations, thanks for listening, and Go Bears!
Thank you, Dr. Jacobs. That was great. Now, please welcome Sherilyn May Francisco Acorda, who will perform For Good from the musical Wicked by Stephen Schwartz.
Class of 2011, this one's for you.
People come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet cooled from orbit as it passes a sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better, but because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its moorings moving by a wind of the sea, like a sea drop by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a ship bound from its mooring by a wind of the sea, like a sea drop by a bird in the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Chancellor Bergeneau will now recognize the recipient of the Elise and Walter A. Haas International Award.
It is our tradition at commencement to present the Elise and Walter A. Haas International Award to honor an alumnus or alumna who has a distinguished record of service to his or her country. This year's awardee is alumna Professor Josephine M. Nambozi, Master of Public Health, 1962. Widely regarded as the mother of public health in Uganda, Josephine Nambozi is the first female medical doctor in Uganda and East Africa, and the first woman to become a professor at Makerere University. She has championed public health practice, research, and education in Africa for more than 30 years. She has dedicated her life to working within resource-constrained environments and has forged multidisciplinary international partnerships in response to some of Africa's deadliest scourges and health system challenges. It's my great pleasure and honor to present her with the Elise and Walter A. Haas International Award. Somewhere here there's a check, which I can't find, but we'll get it later.
Chancellor Bergeneau, members of the UC Berkeley Foundation, members of the Haas International Award Committee, graduating seniors, ladies and gentlemen, I'm greatly honored to address such an important gathering. When I attended my graduation several years ago, I never imagined that someday I would return in style to receive an award. I'm very proud to be among the distinguished recipients of the Elise and Walter A. Haas International Award, since it since its inception in 1964. I wish to thank the Hurst family and the UC Berkeley community for carrying on an important legacy to recognize and celebrate the achievements of alumni around the globe. I am extremely proud of UC Berkeley, the School of Public Health, and those who enabled me to attend this university for having empowered me to make a meaningful contribution to our world. On this occasion, I congratulate those graduating today, and I trust that you will become ambassadors of UC Berkeley. Chancellor Bergeron, I thank you very much for inviting me to receive this award. Go, go, go Bear.
It's not there. At Berkeley, we take great pride in being a preeminent teaching and research university. Our top researchers are also our best teachers and are very committed to teaching in the undergraduate program. Each year, we honor our finest teachers by awarding them the Distinguished Teaching Award through a very rigorous competition. The recipients of this award are truly great and inspired teachers. It is my great pleasure to announce to you this year's Distinguished Teaching Award recipients. They are Professor Robin L. Einhorn, History, who's here. Yeah. Associate Professor Philip L. Geisler in Chemistry, and Associate Professor Kent Plunkett in English. It also gives me great pleasure to acknowledge awards to some of our very many outstanding graduates. First is the Mather Good Citizen Award. This distinguished award, established in 1983, is given annually to a graduating senior with an outstanding record of civic commitment, well-rounded scholarship, and service to the university. The award goes to Lily Cheng. The Eshbin Shada Prize was established in 1987 to recognize a graduating senior female student athlete for excellence in attitude involving her athletic endeavors. The annual recipient exemplifies the Golden Bear spirit. The award goes to Amanda Sims. The Jake Gimbel Prize was established in the 1930s to recognize a graduating senior male student athlete for excellence in attitude involving his athletic endeavors. Again, the annual recipient exemplifies the Golden Bear spirit. The award goes to Mike Mohammed. So congratulations, award winners, and please join me in giving all of our award winners The University Medal honors Berkeley's top graduating senior. This gold medal was first awarded at commencement ceremonies in 1871 and has been awarded every single year since then. This year, 5 students were finalists, actually, technically. One of them a winner, for the University Medal. Now, to qualify, you had to have a GPA which was equal to or greater than 3.97. I mean, how about that? personally, I wouldn't have qualified. So it's my pleasure to introduce the finalists to you. First of all, Catherine Beattie, whose major is psychology and molecular and cell biology. Ivan Dukushkovsky, whose major is philosophy. Sheil Jagani, who's a double major in anthropology and integrated biology. Matthew Czar, whose major is civil and environmental engineering. And it now gives me great pleasure to present the University Medal to the most distinguished graduating senior on the Berkeley campus, Aaron Benavides. There he is. Aaron is an extraordinary young man who has taken an unusual path to Berkeley. Aaron faced an impoverished and turbulent childhood, growing up in a working-class neighborhood in Stockton, California. Dropping out of high school, he supported himself by playing his cello, but then went to a community college, eventually earned not one, but 10 associate degrees before transferring to UC Berkeley in 2008. He was one of the students who, given the hand that life dealt him, was not supposed to be at Berkeley. Not only is he at Berkeley, but today he's Berkeley's top graduating senior. Committed to fighting against socioeconomic and racial inequities, Aaron chose to double major in sociology and rhetoric. First, he founded 11, the undergraduate journal of sociology, for which he served as editor-in-chief. He recently won an Oskie's Student Leadership Award for his significant contributions to student life on campus through both leading and creating opportunities for others to lead in the UC Berkeley Sociological Research Symposium. Aaron worked as a research intern at the Center for Urban Ethnography, as president of the Berkeley Undergraduate Sociology Association, and as academic chair of the Alpha Kappa Delta Sociology Honor Society, and taught a decal course, Violence from Visible to Invisible. Aaron plans to go on to study for a PhD, and it's my honor to present Aaron with this certificate and medallion.
Thank you, Chancellor Bergeno, for those kind words. Good morning, parents and grandparents, sisters and brothers, aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends. I hope you are all overjoyed about this cold and wondrous celebration. And congratulations, class of 2011. This day marks the beginning of your brilliant future, and I am honored to share this moment with all of you. To further the festivities, I would like to offer you, my fellow graduates, a piece of advice given to me by the 1980 University medalist Joseph Montoya, one of the first and few Latino students to win this award. He said, "You should always remember that you have succeeded and excelled at one of the top universities in the world. So you have real reason to revel in today's pomp and circumstance. A UC Berkeley education will open many doors for all of us, and I hope that you see our privilege as both a remarkable gift and a clear invitation to make the world a better place. But what kind of world should we, the millennial generation, seek to build? At Berkeley, we have learned that we cannot realize this better world building project by imposing our standards onto other societies, countries, and communities with even our own nation. We must find solutions to contemporary problems by opening our ears, minds, and hearts to alternatives from unexpected places. This does not mean, however, that we should absent-mindedly kick rocks on a country road, rambling towards some unknown utopia waiting to be born. No, we can begin to work at building a better world guided by new paradigms and aiming at new goals. On this day, I would like to offer a new paradigm for thinking about social justice work. I propose that the better world we create together be envisioned around one essential objective: to enable everyone to dance. That's right, our postmodern sage, Lady Gaga, got it right. Just Dance, gonna be okay. But Gaga has not been alone in foreseeing this new social justice framework. Emma Goldman, the early 20th century free thinker and activist, also promoted this novel approach when she staunchly declared, "If I can't dance, I don't want to be a part of your revolution." This advice by our guides, Gaga and Goldman, suggests that to dance requires a healthy body, a robust human spirit, and most importantly, a good dancing partner. In short, they acknowledge that dancing requires a human flourishing, which we all know has not been universally achieved for everyone. Sociology, the discipline I learned at UC Berkeley, teaches us that this possible utopia where everyone feels good enough to dance is an aspiration with specific conditions. In other words, we will not achieve this utopia until Black and Latino men in the United States can dance in front of police officers without risking intimidation and brutality. Until transgender women in San Francisco can dance at the BART station on Mission and 16th Street without getting beaten and sexually assaulted. Until Mexican and other immigrant children of America, regardless of citizenship, can dance on the wall between the United States and Mexico. And until California community college students can dance after getting into every course they need or don't need to transfer to a place like UC Berkeley. I recognize that some of these utopian conditions might seem somewhat controversial or perhaps impractical to naysayers and pessimists. But the first and basic requirement, to have enough steps and moves to dance, is already fulfilled. For the grandmas and grandpas out there, options like the Charleston and the Boogie Woogie already exist. For moms and dads, the mashed potato and the twist are already on hand. For everyone, the moonwalk, the electric slide, the Macarena, the Running Man, and the Dougie, which we can all do just like Michelle Obama did. Of course, for those who just want to sit this one out, a head bob is a fine option. And for those who are looking for something a little more spicy, you have the choice of all 3 minutes and 19 seconds of the single ladies dance. But the next step will entail more than good choreography. The better world we can build together will oblige us to realize that having a healthy body to dance requires excellent health care for everyone, regardless of pre-existing conditions or financial means. We will also need a guaranteed basic income and an expanded social safety net to inspire people to, every once in a while, take the day off and dance. Finally, our world should expand the recognition of people whose humanity is constantly being undercut by dance-deadening discriminatory laws and dance-numbing social mistreatment. Remember, we all need at least one partner to dance. Graduating class of 2011, I know you like to dance. I've seen some of you do all kinds of inappropriate moves at Kip's and Blake's before it closed. And this semester, there were 3 times more decal courses that let you dance for a passing grade than university courses in the entire Eurasian Studies program at UC Berkeley. So just admit it, you love to dance. So let's expand this love and make it possible for everyone to shake their tail feather. Until then, good luck, class of 2011, and go Bears.
Now please welcome Debbie Wang, President of the Senior Class of 2011. Deborah?
Good afternoon, parents, family, and friends. Thank you all for being here today to celebrate a milestone in our lives that will never be forgotten. In closing, I just want to say to our graduates that everyone, we are graduating. Yes, this is real. We are all graduating. I know that this may all seem so unreal. Cal has been our lives for the past couple of years. School, friends, and the occasional get-together have defined us. But as crazy as it is, as of today, we are finished with this part of our lives. While it may be a bit difficult to have such a quick transition, it's not as scary as it may seem. Because all the friends that we made here at Cal, all the things that we've learned and experienced, all will stay with us forever. We were the students of the University of California, Berkeley. But now, we are going to be forever the alumni of the University of California, Berkeley. Go Bears! Now, please turn to the back of your program and join me in welcoming the senior members of the Golden Overtones and the Men's Octet as they lead us in Hail to California.
Hail to California.
to California, Queen in whom we're blessed, spreading light and goodness over all the West, fighting 'neath her standard, we shall sure prevail. California, alma mater, hail, hail,
We thank you again for attending the 2011 Commencement Convocation. Congratulations to our graduates and their families. Please remain in your seats until the recessional has been completed. We wish you a pleasant and safe afternoon and a Go Bears!